Go ahead and get in here. What is this? Chat issues. Plug this in. Go ahead and open these boxes real quick. Probably gonna play a decent chunk of Rakan. I really kind of was liking that Frozen Heart build last night. Even though it's not buffed yet, it might get buffed next week. It still feels like a lot better than I thought. I think maybe I was overvaluing Zeke's a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. Against like triple AD comps. I mean, we might try to get some other champs in there too, but Rakan is like outperforming my average win rate by a ton. I mean, my win rate with him is still like not amazing compared to what it was in the preseason, but it is still a lot better than everything else I've been playing so far this season. Hey, what's up, Stefan? I do have some coffee coming up. Oh, I am tired, man. I got up and I was in conferences all day. I had to do like student conferences from, I went to sleep last night at probably like 3 or 3:30, and then I had to get up at 6:30. You know, take my daughter to daycare, all that stuff, and then had conferences from like 8:30 to 5. And then came home and went to sleep for a few hours. And here I am. I mean, do the best I can. Yeah, I got some coffee brewing. Should have here in a little bit. Okay, well, we're not going to be able... The biggest thing about this chat is we're not going to be able to scout people. I guess we could type it in. Maybe that'll work. We're going to have to use op.gg for this. To this layout again. Okay, so it's Kiana Jungle. I had a dream about Tom Kinch actually, but I don't think we can go for the Kinch here. Could have gone for Morg, but like another big problem with Morg right now is that that team is... and a lot of teams are mostly... mostly AD right now. Oh, Morg's actually banned, so it wasn't even an option. Yeah, most teams are AD, which means that her shield doesn't get a ton of value. Like, it does still block the CC, but, like, Zed will just kill you. Because it's not going to block any of his damage. Conqueror Teemo. So he might be trying to go for some kind of on-hit build or something. Hey, thanks, Dylan. I appreciate it. Poor Professor. I don't know. I can't copy paste the names because the chat's broken. Yeah, I mean, Nami is pretty good. We played her yesterday several times.
I said, God damn, I'm sexy.
Hey, what's up, It's?
Welcome to Summoner's
I'm offended
Rift.
by how little attention I'm given.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
It is a song you cannot resist.
Okay. Got him. No, they don't need to make the black shield a regular shield. I think that'd be OP. It's a really big shield.
The only way to understand magic is to plunge into it.
They just need to make her, like, just start off by making her W grounding. Maybe put a small slow on it or something like that. And in exchange for that, lower the CC on her Q to 2.25 seconds from 3 seconds. I think that would be a fair exchange. That, what's that smoke? Oh, he trying to smoke? I just think that's her, like, a unique part of her identity. Is that it's like a magic shield that blocks CC. So I would just keep it probably a magic shield. I think she needs to be somewhat weak to physical. I mean, she's not, like, terrible right now. I think it's okay if she's still just, like, primarily a counter pick. But yeah, I think adding on some more, just a little bit more, like, usefulness to her W would probably be good.
It's a revolution. And it's good times.
Usually I try to go for that deeper ward, but I got cut off early from their invade, so we'll just keep an eye on Scuttle. Kiana's not really a threat to do the dragon early, so I don't have to worry about sticking my ward in the pit.
This looks like another dangerous situation. Thankfully, I can improvise.
Yeah, I mean, Kaisa got hooked, so she kind of had to fight, but yeah, she at least played that pretty well. That definitely looks promising. Hey, thanks, Ids. I appreciate it.
The world isn't about collecting stuff. It's about seeing.
Shit.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
You even die ugly.
Oh my god. I got stunned literally right when I was going in for the W kill. Damn, I was a little late on that shield. was late on that. I was too busy looking to finish off the Zed, and I didn't shield fast enough.
That's one.
Nautilus, dude. I don't know, I think Nautilus has been playing that poorly. I mean, it's the Jinx is just really susceptible a lot of times to hard engage. She shouldn't have flash, like... You know, my W is gonna bust her up.
I need to see people can see how awesome.
Bro, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? What? When did they ward that? Oh my god. Okay. Well played. When did they have a ward there?
An enemy has been slain.
Magic isn't supposed to be safe.
I don't think I'm tilted. What is... Why do people think I'm tilted? I'm annoyed they have a random ward on Dragon at that point, but I don't think I'm tilted.
I got freedom. I got a lady. I got a cause I die for. That's who I am.
What do you think tilt's one of like the most overused words? Oh, you're tilted. Okay.
I'm gonna burn this place down.
Slain.
So I can burn it again.
I need to back up.
Danger is as fun as you let it be.
Wow. That death gave them the dragon, which sucks. They just randomly had a ward. Like, I mean, I guess it's not super random to ward the pit, but like that early seemed a little unusual. Let's see if I can get hooked here. Has the cooldown thing.
Two down.
I didn't see if Nautilus flashed or not.
Shut down.
It's magic, it's wild. I'm just here for the party.
That's three.
Jinx's ult down, so don't have to worry about that. That's right, not even close.
Get myself hyped. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Woo! All right.
It's a little weird because, like, at least repelled right when I was trying to shield onto her.
I feel like my allies aren't recognizing how amazing my cloak is. I mean, seriously. Rude.
An enemy has been slain.
Bless.
Dominating.
I guess she happened to be there, so I got greedy going for this ward instead of the this ward. So I got greedy twice for warding so far this game.
I am a chronic line stepper.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Probably should have switched out for a sweeper. I didn't think about it fast enough. When I said repel, it's not rapple. It's not like Snapple.
I'm gonna live forever.
I'm like 99% sure it's not rapple.
Humans think it's something
Has
you
been
have to be
slain.
serious. That's their problem. They will see my dance. I live in
Turret plate will fall soon.
At least should have taken that red. It was an ace, but... Hey, what's up, Nightcore?
Ain't nothing I say should be taken seriously. That's why it's the truth. I'm just trying to live the moment.
Yeah, I'm sure people have been advertising T-mode. I mean, I don't think those people just thought of that. They probably got hyped up. I know Dong Hop, someone said Dong Hop mentioned it. No one thinks that's a good idea on their own. They have to be tricked into thinking that's a good idea. I don't want to fight over that tri-bush right now. Does that have deep reward then? I mean, Kiana's close by.
They will see my depths. Then they will know magic's joy and its fury.
An ally has been slain.
Oof.
An ally has been slain.
Damn, son, where are you?
Nine lives taken.
We're gonna lose bot tower, might as well.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I don't want a world that's safe.
I should have just backed, but maybe I can get a flank on him here. Might go Ardent next here.
I'm getting impatient.
Like, since I have such a bigger defensive item, then that might free me up to go for more, like a more pure enchanter type of item second.
I don't do safe. Zaya says someone has to die. It's awesome.
I've been talking about Frozen Heart for the last couple of days. After doing my research on some changes they might do next patch to it, it's actually a lot more cost efficient than I thought it was against triple AD teams.
Shut down.
And I think the Zeke's might be a little overrated, the active on Zeke's. After the nerfs like last year. Especially if they don't have a lot of magic damage, which they don't. It's like Teemo's it. It was Dylan that donated for the trading video, the calculated aggression video.
That's why I'm here.
Not flanking us, you know. It's fine.
I don't need anything right now.
What is with these fucking weird ass, I mean, I guess that's not a weird ass ward spot, but like, did I not just sweep that? I guess I should have warded over this wall. Frozen Heart Leandres doesn't make any sense. It slows attack speed, it doesn't slow their movement speed, so it wouldn't trigger Leandres.
They ain't seen moves like mine.
I don't think it does, man. I could be wrong about that, but...
I look good.
Why would it trigger it?
Let's kick some ass.
Okay, well, I'll have to look into it. It doesn't make any sense why it would, but... I'm not going to do that build either way, but I'm not sure. I mean, there are some weird interactions that just don't make sense why they work the way they do. Like Jarvan's flag, triggering Airy, and there's a couple other ones. Like Soraka's Q triggering Guardian sometimes.
They're scared of darkness. They're scared of magic.
But, it would just strictly be academic. I'm not gonna get Leandres. There's very few champions that would use that combination. Maybe like Malachi or something. Although maybe we'll see more of it after the buff next patch.
I am here to entertain myself. I look around these forests and I hear the music.
Passive, yeah, the Cold Steel passive might overlap a little bit with the Frozen Heart passive. That's 30%. But it's going a little too far, I think, for a support.
Fun. I need some fun. Now.
He's just gonna get vaporized right when Dragon's spawning. They're gonna cover on the outside probably. Nah. Why am I dying in here? Twitch, the platform, it was terrible. For my channel, at least.
Woo! I am so into this. What is this? I've been kicked around since I was born. It's all right. It's okay. I'm staying alive.
Like, the viewership was just extremely low. It doesn't, like, the platform doesn't really promote you that well. think Justin TV was Twitch, and then it turned into Twitch, and then Amazon bought it and kept the same name. I think it was just an independent company. I started streaming about halfway through season 6. Not halfway, like September of season 6, like kind of late in season 6. And then I've been playing since season 1.
15 and 20.
I don't think Curse owned Twitch. No, but Curse is an organization too. They used to have an esports, like a league esports team. It's a brand. And Twitch bought Curse. Because there used to, I'm pretty sure, there used to be Curse Chat, and then it turned into Twitch Chat. Like the app or whatever. I used to have it on my, it was like, it's kind of like a Skype type of thing, I think. I don't know. I never really used it that much. But it was the other way around. Amazon bought, like, Twitch bought Curse. Or, like, they bought that app. They partnered or something. I don't know. Yeah, Curse was... they don't have an LCS team anymore. They might still have teams in other games. But yeah, that was like Voy Boy's old team. Like Voy Boy and... it was like the Forever Third team was kind of their meme. It had always been like... or at least for the first couple of years, it was... TSM, CLG, and then Curse was third. And then Cloud9 came in, I think, in season 3 or 4. And then it was always the fourth team. And then, I don't know what happened. I guess maybe they had, some financial troubles or something. Or maybe Twitch bought the entire organization out. I don't know. Let's see if I can open some of these boxes here. Okay. I don't know why these boxes were separate. Maybe you can only have a stack of 2. Dang, I feel like it's worth a lot of blue essence. Oh, that reminds me, I need to actually buy the new guy in case someone wants to switch with me. Oh, I don't actually have all 3 of these for some... I guess I just never bought Kiana. Alright. Alright, let me go grab my coffee real quick. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna play one ad, grab the coffee, and then we'll get back in there. I guess I could have put us in queue. Almost level 400, that's right. I should put that in the title. Going for level 400. People will be like, whoa! Like, the level system's just, I don't know. It's kind of silly. They're just trying so many different ways to make the game feel interesting and valuable, even if you don't rank up. Drinking orange paint, yeah. Helps me focus. No, it's my wife's coffee mug. It's a Clemson paw print. So obviously not too in vogue after last weekend, but you know. For those of you not from the United States, that's an American college football team that it's also a college. Well, because it's a college football team, obviously, but anyways, they lost the championship game last week. Okay, I was gonna ban Echo. I guess I was ban Diana.
Ignorant thralls.
That's where my wife went to school, which is why she has that stuff. She went there well before they were like a great football team. They're like okay, but they didn't start getting great until after she'd already left. Oh, I forgot how much we won last time. It's fine. I mean, she's okay with it. She watches some, but she's not like a super diehard fan. I don't really keep up. Just assuming I'm getting 19. That's what I've been getting lately. Yo, I've had 4 toxic Lucians in a row. Oh, it's me? Sadie. Good job. Yeah. Damn. Didn't want to see any magic damage on it. Take all AD. I want to keep building this Frozen Heart build. I do like the CDR that you get. It's like one of the fastest ways to get to 20% CDR. Like, that's a complete item. Like, usually you'd have to go, like, Zeke's into, like, Forbidden Idol, which was what I had been going. But that costs, like, 3,100. Something, like 3,150. They're like all magic damage except for Aphelios. Kimchi win? I don't know how you pronounce that. I mean, what did I misspell? Nice. Well, good job, Dylan. Oh, my bad, Eduardo. Yeah, I'll switch it up next time. I'm gonna try to play something else too. It's just like this is the only thing that I've even been remotely close to like having any success on in the preseason is Rakan. Yeah, our team is all AD, which is not great because Mundo and Nautilus can just stack all armor. Yeah, I've seen some of those guides. Those actually do have some pretty good information in them. I never paid for them, but like the free ones that they give out sometimes. What's up, Erebus? Yeah, we're still plat 4. Now, interestingly enough, plat 4 is still like the top 5% right now. So I feel terrible that I'm kind of still in plat 4, but at the same time, it's like the top 5 or 6%. Whereas usually plat 4 is like top 15%. So there's still a lot of people in here. And even with my negative win rate on Rakan, I'm still like 45th in NA right now on him. So a lot of people are still like way lower than they were. Not that there's anything wrong necessarily with plat 4, but we had been diamond pretty much all preseason, so. Annie spells lack range, yeah. Her auto attack range is pretty far, but.
What humans call magic, we call life.
30 seconds until minions.
I mean, I'm gonna get W pretty much no matter what. Usually you don't want to level up your skill if they're like, different skills could be good in different situations, but it's pretty much always take W first.
Danger is
I think
as
we're
far
getting
as
like
you let
19
it
per
be.
win now. Nice, Noxy.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, during the season proper, we didn't get diamond at the end of the season. We only got it during the preseason. We were diamond like back in April and May, but then we didn't get it back in the back half of the season. I think at one point we got to like platinum 1, but we just couldn't get it back. But in the preseason we got as high as diamond 3, like 70 LP or something, I think. Maybe even 100 LP. I don't know. I don't know if we got to the promos to diamond 2. I think maybe we didn't get that far, but we got pretty deep into D3 a couple of weeks ago. Anyways. Chill, bro. I got you some intel. Like, I'm gonna like auto attack a couple of times. It's not gonna be a huge deal. It's much better to get that ward to see where Mundo's going, I think. He's gonna be a terror though. And what am I even gonna get this game? There's not a really like great tanky magic resist item, and Aphelios is still gonna do some damage. How did I get... Oh, this is auto attack. I need stuns for like a million years. I guess I'll probably need to get Merc Treads this game too. They have quite a bit of CC. Could go like Athenes maybe. If we're gonna have these longer fights. Because it's gonna take us like 50 years to break through their tank.
I will walk
Okay,
in.
Mundo's dead.
I will dance. They will part.
I was trying to W onto him, but Nautilus CC'd me for like 50 years. I mean, I guess I could get Zeke's. It's not as tanky, but it does offer some magic resist and some armor.
Same darkness. An enemy has been slain.
I'm here. I'm gone. I am so
I reckon I could use a rest and a break from all this screaming.
I got my look right. I got my moves right. Time to show it.
I don't think Mikhail's. That might be a little too hardcore. It's like, the thing is about Nautilus, you can't even cleanse a lot of his CC because he has so many different pieces of CC, and his ult's a knock-up, which can't really be cleansed. Effectively, at least. Like, you can cleanse the stun part of it, but you're still going to be in the air for so long. What's up, Learning Lol?
Humans think that to believe in
Come on. So usually how it works, once you get into Masters, it's its own ELO bracket. It's like a whole separate system. Where you start off at 0 again, 0 LP once you get to Masters, and then it just goes to infinity. And it's something like the top 300 players are Grandmaster, I think.
Looks like another dangerous situation.
I didn't want to walk right there because the scuttle thing would have seen me and they came in through behind the pit. So I would have given vision of that unnecessarily, so that's why I walked around the other way. I was going to hop the pit if there wasn't a ward there, but...
I have got to stop talking myself. Damn it, Zion, where are you?
We're doing alright on CS, even though we kind of got smacked there. We're going to have to just let this push up a little bit. I mean, QSS does, but like those things are very expensive. Like, I mean, I could like QSS the Swain or something, but it's just Nautilus is kind of immune to, or not immune, but he's very resilient against that type of stuff. I'm probably still going to get Mercury Treads though, because the magic resist has a lot of value against their team. I might die. I don't have a shield. Need to put a control ward down somewhere, but I don't think Mundo's gonna die by us this early.
This is my destiny.
I mean, I really want to go for Frozen Heart, but like Akali and Swain are going to be hitting pretty hard, so I can't do it as much as I've been loving that item. Just too much magic damage, so... Might just be like Zeke's into Athene's or something.
I am only as wild as magic.
This Lee's doing a great job. Actually, you know, the Lucian is doing a pretty good job too, to be honest. Like, this is kind of a tough matchup. Like, Nautilus is very good against Rakan in general. And Aphelios is still, like, obviously really strong too.
Fun. I need some fun.
Not really that scared of Mundo.
I don't want to miss the start of the party.
Shut down. Rampage.
Thought I had Guardian. Oh, my Guardian's on cooldown.
Has been slain.
Oh, I saw a charge of my gold thing. That's what it was. Are we gonna do it? Okay. All right. They don't want to do it. I thought maybe we could make a play on him. Because we know Mundo's not there because I have vision all over his jungle, but it's fine. We might get caught out there. I really hate not getting Mercury Treads, but I think it'd just be too greedy not to get that against how much magic and CC they have.
The humans call it battle. It's just a dance.
There is a Discord channel. If someone can press like !Discord in chat.
Don't get out of control. It ain't hard. Should I be running? Yeah, I should probably be running.
Yeah, you can't really. All we can do is push and try to make them lose something for doing the dragon, but well, I mean, they see it and it's, I don't know, it's kind of a waste. I think we should just push here. Yeah, that was a way. There's no way we're contesting that. We didn't even have smite. Because they weren't gonna be scared, because they knew Talon wasn't middle also. Like, there's no way we could bluff them off of that dragon.
I'm gonna show people some of the strategy. They will see me. They will see my dance.
Okay, I guess we're not doing it. Okay, I mean, Swain's missing too, so maybe that was a good idea. And Lucian's kind of low. We didn't have his kick, so we're all just kind of. Well, I don't have my stuff now, man.
Back up. It's a lot to burn.
That was a bit ambitious. I mean, Talon is fed, but
They will
that's a lot of
remember
CC
my
to try to
name.
run through.
An ally has been slain.
So he just stayed. He didn't buy.
I think they underestimate my
Turret
charm.
plating will fall soon.
How is that even
Yeah, I think we have to try to close this out. I think they're gonna outscale.
They ain't ready for what I'm bringing.
Shut
Good.
down. An ally has been slain.
A little dangerous using my W like that. They still chasing?
They ain't.
Okay, never mind. Well,
An enemy has been slain.
That sucks we lost turret for that, but we did get really deep vision and 2 kills, so
Magic is like fire.
probably worth.
Us, it's water.
At least Lucian didn't die. That's good. We gotta get out. I don't have stuff.
Ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down.
How much?
Your turret has been destroyed.
The dragon's gonna be up soon too. Talon Rush Mortal Reminder first item? I mean, they are gonna build a lot of armor, but I mean, I guess with he rushed Seekers and Tabby, so maybe that makes sense.
It don't take a lot of work.
I guess he already had the executioner's portion of it.
Has been slain.
Huh. Hey, Danroy. It's not been that great. I mean, we're still in like a reasonably high percentage of the population, but we're nowhere near like the baseline rank that we had then. And I was trying to anticipate it. There's really no way I was gonna save her right there, I don't think. Profit. They got 3 kills off of that overextension. That might actually be the thing that just lost us the game. 4 kills off of that Akali roam. I mean, my goal is just to play League of Legends. Like, that's it. People ask me all the time, what's your goal? What's your goal? I mean, to me, a goal is like a place where you'd be like, okay, I'm satisfied. I'll stop, you know? And there's just not really any situation where that's gonna happen. Like, I'm just gonna keep playing, keep trying to get better.
I got freedom.
I mean, I'm not gonna FF,
I got a cause.
but that certainly, if we do lose, that would be a key play to think about. Okay, thanks, OL. See, I mean, my goal is more of a process rather than a destination, and I think that's a good goal to have in general. I thought I had flash. I was going to try to flash on the Italian. Okay, thanks, YG. I guess, hopefully, you know, stuff that I said didn't inspire you to quit. I mean, obviously it's up to you. I would just say, like, for people that are really frustrated at the beginning of the season, you know, just either play through it or wait it out. Like, it does get better once people get to their, like, where they belong in ELO. Yeah, I mean, the beginning of the season's always tough. It's like, it's not a normal time. 50 kills now.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Humans claim it is theirs.
Alright.
Shut down.
Fence us away.
Might need to get redemption here. Well, I mean, you gotta...
Ladies and gentlemen,
It just depends. I mean, you have to learn how to win with a team. You know, like that's it. And that's different from a lot of other games out there that are more like solo type of games, like the Battle Royales and stuff like that. So, you know, that can be exciting or that can be, you know, not. But I mean, over time, like the enemy team's gonna get a bunch of bad people on their team too. Like if you're playing better than other people, you're gonna climb. If you're not,
anybody there?
then you're gonna, you know, stay about the same, which is fine. I mean, I think the biggest thing that sort of hurts, like making League fun, is people just with this unrealistic expectation that you can, you know, you can always climb at like an exponential rate no matter what. You know, if you just figure out one little trick, you'll go from silver to diamond in one weekend, which is not like not the case. Whoa, no way. Okay. We did get the dragon, too. Well, people are just... Oh my god. I don't know. People are just like, I don't know. It just feel very, they don't want to talk to, I mean, everybody just feels like entitled. Like they feel like they deserve this higher rank and they're being held back, you know, by their teammates. A lot of people don't understand, like
I do not wish to kill.
it's hard for people to get outside of their own perspective, just in general. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect at it either all the time, but like, you know, our natural inclination is to say, oh, well, I'm getting all these beaters on my team that are throwing me the game, but we don't really pay attention to all the feeders on the enemy team as much, right? So when we win a game because their top laner goes 1 in 10, we're just like, okay, we won the game. We don't think about it that much, right? Okay, good game. But then when our teammate is 1 in 10 top lane, then we remember that. Because we're like, oh, that was so unfair, that was wrong. When, like, the same thing happened to the enemy team, we just don't think of it as unfair. Because we won. Really?
You have slain an enemy.
Party foul! I look around these forests and
So yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of that too, being frustrated about teammates. But I mean, eventually you just gotta step back and think, okay, like, And there are times that we all have bad games too, and we don't remember that either, right? A lot of times where it's like, you know, if we have a game where we go 1-6, and there's, you know, our Talon mid lane went 15-2, and we won the game, where it's like, okay, we won, but it, you know, we don't think of it as, oh, well, we got really carried that game when we had a bad game. So, you know, just all of the situations, it's always symmetrical, you know, over time. Everything's going to be 50-50 in solo queue, except for you. Like, you're the difference maker, so you just have to figure out how to actually make a difference. And so that's a lot more complicated than just, like, win lane, win game, that a lot of people, you know, sometimes think. Holy she flashed for me at least. I guess I got something. Why does that champion do so much damage? I mean, they are nerfing him again next patch, but... yeah. I mean, yeah, it definitely does, like, get frustrating, but, like, to me, when you rank up, like, something that is a challenge, it just feels better, like, when you actually do work hard, you get something, you know. If it was easy, it wouldn't feel as good, I don't think, to, you know, get some sort of sense of accomplishment out of it. If it's just kind of handed to you, right?
I'm gonna live forever.
We need to kill Ophelia. I mean, Akali's a threat, too. The game's starting to get out of our hands. Even though we've been ahead on objectives the whole game. I'm not tanking up for this. No, he's not the highest ban rate ever, I don't think. I mean, I don't think anything's going to top Season 3 Kassadin. I mean, that champion was literally banned by, like, both teams every game for, like, a very, very long, like, for an entire season. But, like, the official stat they use, it might look the highest because back in the day, you alternated bans, like each team didn't pick separate bans. So like right now, both people can ban Aphelios, right? But like back then, you could only be banned once. So you could only have a 100% ban rate. Versus like right now, you can have up to a 200% ban rate if both teams ban the champion every single game. So, you know, that's something that you can have 200% now instead of 100%. But, in NA, at least, he's banned 60% of the time. From what I've seen, at least. Unless those stats have changed. I don't know if I dropped Redemption last fight or not, but I definitely should. Golly. There's only 2 dead. Thought we could get a little bit could get Baron. Can we get Baron? I guess we need to get Inhibitor first. Collie dead, that's certainly going to help out a lot.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Can we or not? No. I guess he don't want to do it. That's fine.
Forgot, man.
You secure finding my home.
Jesus Christ, why can't we kill him? Oh my god. I guess damn it, I forgot to throw the redemption down. I haven't bought redemption in a while on this champ. Hey, what's up, Tommen? This Lee's doing a good job of stalling him out. Yeah, everybody on our team pretty much has Executioner.
Godlike.
I've been kicked around since I was born. It's all right. It's okay. I'm staying alive.
I stayed in too close to get too many. I thought we were going to kill him faster, but I just kind of sat in the AoE for way too long.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, I think we just went off of that. Oh yeah, I mean he has a rod, but like, there's a hell of a lot of people sitting there beating on him. I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't really count as a person as far as beating go.
Shut down.
What's up, Happy Love? But yeah, I mean, he really is, like, Aphelios is problematic for sure. I'm gonna give it to that Lee. I think that Lee actually made really good decisions throughout the whole game. And that was definitely, you know, well, maybe I should have given it to Urgot. I didn't realize he was 16-3. But I felt like the Lee was actually making really good decisions the whole time. Like, he wasn't overcommitting. He was where he needed to be. Isn't that right, Sadie? Our jungler seems pretty on point. I don't know. I thought we were going to do more damage because the Urgot was so fed. But miscalculated.
You used to be cool.
Cheer up, I'm fine, man. I'm just not like, whoa, hey guys, oh, here we go, all caps. I got this crazy new build. Master Yi support with death cap, you won't believe it. Watch me win this game. I'm gonna take off the nameplates so that I'm gonna be smurfing in bronze. Maybe y'all won't notice. Hey, what's up, Justin? I'm probably doing a video about. I am doing a video, and it's going to cover that type of thing that Dylan sponsored yesterday. I'll probably do it over the weekend. About trading, but it's so situational. Like, you just have to know if you're going to win the trade or not. So a lot of it's just going to depend on matchups, items, like the style of lane you need to be trying to play to win. Because, like, sometimes, like, if it's a risky trade, you may not even need to take that trade if, like, your solo lanes are winning. You can be a bit more defensive. Versus, if your team's really far behind, then you might need to take more risks than usual to try to get back into the game. You might have to, you know, have a sense of urgency bot lane and a trade that you may not normally want to take. You might have to try to take that just so that you can, you know, help your AD carry trade, or like help your AD carry potentially carry. They have a pretty good mix of AD and AP. I just want to do the Frozen Heart build, man. This is a fun build. The Frozen Heart Leandri's build. I mean, it just depends. Like, there's not really a steadfast formula. I mean, it just depends on the permutation of champions. I'm trying to give, like, a reasonable sort of guide about it, but depends on who you're playing. So, like, for Rakan, for example, in this matchup, we have the edge early because Jhin does a lot more base damage than Twitch does. Twitch has to stack up his poison, and then Lulu's kind of a poke harassment champion. So if I hit either one of them with a W, we can probably go all in. Potentially. You just hit them with the W. If Jhin steps up, I ignite them before they heal, and then they're probably going to have to blow flash and heal to get out. Versus, like, if that was, like, Draven Lulu, that might be a little different because Draven does a lot more base damage. So you just kind of have to know, like, what each champion's trying to do. And, like, sort of what your role is in the game before you proceed. So, you know, Jin's just very strong early game bully type of champion. Twitch is really weak. He just wants to farm early. If he does get to stack up a lot of the poison, he can do some damage, but it takes him a while.
I tried being good.
Bot lane's probably a push. Top lane hopefully should win early. Yeah, I mean, CC is usually a pretty good bet that, like, if you have, you know, more CC early on, then...
30 seconds until minions spawn.
You wish to see.
But yeah, I mean, it depends on the champ too. Like, you don't have to go all in with Rakan. I mean, part of what I really like about Rakan is he's so flexible. You know, he can go all in early, but you can also just go in, hit your W, like auto attack once, land your Q, and then E back out, and just do a light trade. Versus if you're playing Leona, for example, and you go in with your E, you're pretty much all in most of the time. Like, she's not as good at doing light trades because she doesn't have a heal, and she doesn't really have like an escape mechanism. You know, lane positioning matters too. Like with Leona, as we saw like yesterday, one of the big problems is if your AD carry constantly pushes in and you can't really engage. Just double checking.
Let's destroy everything they hold and then laugh in their faces.
Okay, so the synergy with Twitch and Lulu is that she gives him a lot of extra... That's actually a pretty good combo for late game. She gives him a lot of extra attack speed with her polymorph, and then she can protect him from assassins with her ult. And because he gets a lot of attack speed from his Q, and he buys a lot of attack speed items, then he gets a lot of value out of Lulu's picks. So it's actually a pretty good lane, like... Later on, it's just this meta is so fast that you can kind of abuse it early, potentially. But yeah, if they get ahead, it's pretty good. It's like not quite as brutal as like Lulu Cosmo, but it's pretty close as far as like scaling goes. But they're actually like baiting us or like busting us up right now because they got a faster push. Because they got to lane faster than Jhin because they didn't have to leash for their jungler because their jungler started topside. So they got to kill one more minion faster, which you would think that's not a huge deal, but it is because they hit level 2. Which is one of the most dangerous things in the game if you try to fight somebody when you're level 1 and they're level 2.
I'm just helping it alive.
He should have flashed earlier. He got really greedy with his flash there. I think if he had flashed my knockup, he could have gotten out. But Kane's over there. I guess maybe he thought he was dead either way to a snowball. What are we doing? Are we trying to... Did he get this already? More person mid? No, he's gonna get out. I'm just gonna go by him. I mean, it's a good one. It's just like the meta's just too fast, I think, in general. Like, they can still win. It's not like we automatically win the game because that's their comp.
Living the dream.
It's just...
Dream of darkness.
So, Lulu isn't meta because she doesn't have any AoE, really. She shouldn't have anything that, like, affects multiple teammates versus most other major supports do. Or multiple enemies, for that matter, to a significant amount. Like, Rakan can shield multiple people, he can ult multiple people. Wait, why would you turn back around?
Used to be a square. Then I embrace the darkness. Woohoo!
You know, Soraka can press ult and heal a ton of people. Sona buffs up multiple people. Like, Lulu basically has 2 abilities. 2.5. And, they're single target, so that's partially why. You're kind of all in on you have to have a really, really strong auto attacker who's fed for like her to be useful. Like you have to get a lot of value out of her Pix passive. Because her Q is pretty much worthless outside the laning phase. It doesn't really do anything except for damage. It has a small slow on it. Why are we running, dude? I mean, I guess we do have a lot of poison stacked up, but... A big thing, too, is her ult doesn't scale with plus healing and shielding, which is, like, real bad. Because it's an infusion of health. So, like, back in the day when she was designed, before there was the stat plus healing and shielding, That was good, because like an infusion of health gets around grievous wounds. Then executioners doesn't stop it. You know, you just always get full value out of that heal, but since it's not, or out of that health, but since it's not like an official heal, then like she just doesn't scale very well with plus healing and shielding. So that's rough. When a lot of other when a lot of other champions do. So her scaling in that sense is going to be a lot weaker.
An enemy has been slain. Executed.
Corki can be ADC, no. Not in 2020, not right now. Because he doesn't have any, he doesn't have any attack speed steroids or anything else that like buffs up his kit.
An ally has been slain.
Which is not really moving. They're kind of coming up here, but I think they're going to be slow. Okay, I guess we're going. I died, but I think we're going to get everybody. Wait, why did he get... Oh, it was Lulu. Gave up that huge shield. I feel like Jen didn't commit to that hard enough. Wait, he's chasing the support instead of helping the Jen? That's rough.
It's not that I completely lost my sense of home. It's not the light side you guys lost time ago. They've been done very good looking so far.
Okay, well, it worked out. Oh god. But yeah, that's why Lulu is very rarely, like, much over 50%. Also, she was abused in solo lanes a lot, so she was nerfed because of that. Like, her, the damage on her Q was nerfed, and she was part of, like, the major shield nerfs. What they need to do to make Lulu more viable is move the attack speed off of her W onto her shield. Then she would at least have two, like, she would have 3 real abilities at that point. Because then she could polymorph and give the attack speed buff to an ally. And she'd have her ult in her back pocket. And change the ult to healing instead of an infusion of health. So that it can actually scale.
Enemy killing spree.
I love. And evil loves me.
Yeah, we can't do a lot about that. They are buffing Lulu a little bit next patch, but they don't really seem to understand why, like, what her problem is. I think she should be the premier, like, buffer, debuffer. It would actually be really cool. They probably wouldn't do this, but if you made her, her shield, if you cast it on the enemy, like, slow the enemy attack speed, like, apply a cripple. So it would speed up the attack speed of your ally, or would slow the attack speed of an enemy. But they don't like putting cripples on abilities that much anymore. It's a really rare stat. There used to be a lot more of it in the game. Jen, bro, like... He's like running away. It's like, dude, just auto, man. Okay.
Thanks, Riku. Real
I guess I could have tried to go for the charm. I didn't go for the charm fast enough on him. Well, yeah, but that was an Ardent Sensor thing, and really Janna was a much bigger abuser of that than Lulu was. at the time. I don't know. Maybe that was bad. Maybe we could have just walked out.
Enemy rampage.
Yeah, that was before several nerfs too. Lulu was a solo laner at that point, I think. She's never really been, at least on the pro scene. It's been extremely rare where you've played her as support. Most of the time, she's been either top lane or mid lane.
I only believe in myself. And sad. Being bad just feels so good.
That's Flash. He'd already used his E. I don't know why. Okay, nice. They're lowering her E by 2 seconds, her shield, not her poly. Okay, I think I'm gonna, since Twitch is so fat, I think I'm just gonna go for the, I still have a control ward on the board, so I'm gonna greed out a little bit. Damn, I still don't have this transformed? Holy crap.
That's some dark, very evil.
Terrible there.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people we're playing with were still, like, low diamond or high platinum last year, so...
Will soon fall.
If it's not the people that were, like, boosted...
I do what I want. Start. Safety is boring, Riku. Let's start a fight.
Kane's up top. The Lulu with the polymorph is going to be a problem. We try to fight this, I think. Unless we like are able to blow her up again.
Gonna burn.
He's going to go through the wall, probably.
An ally has been slain.
Vel'Koz Boys 69. God, I remember putting... I never did that, but that was even cringe back in like middle school. And if something's cringe in middle school, I mean everything's kind of cringe in middle school, but like if you're actually self-aware that it's cringe in middle school, like
If you forget my name, just fall for the Lord of Darkness.
he does play a pretty good Vel'Koz. Twitch did get one more kill, which kind of sucks, but our gen's like pretty fed too. The problem is Twitch kind of outscales, but
I am bad because I'm free, and
Legendary.
I am free
Oh yeah, I mean he's obviously a Vel'Koz main. I mean Vel'Koz can be a good champion to one trick for sure. Like if you hit everything. I mean they might potentially dive us bot. I gotta respect the Twitch. I'm not sure why Jen. Okay, because Kennon's coming down here.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Holy crap, what? How did he not? I guess the Lulu. Kennen, yeah, Kennen just has no damage right now. Okay. He probably, did he heal also? He may have.
Legendary.
What? I thought I was going to be able to W over there. I guess not. That was my bad. I thought I was going to be able to squeeze into that pit the way it was cut up, and he wasn't going to be able to get over there on me, but... That was awkward. Okay, that was bad. I shouldn't have gone out there by myself. I didn't... Or I should have W'd immediately. As soon as I saw him, I forgot you can just press W and like, pull me into the death realm like that. Hey, thanks, Marcus. I appreciate it.
Kill evil.
I mean, you know, that's
And wear it like
his main thing that he did, that he does anyways. And I just kind of overlooked it. Yeah, I mean, this is an instance where going Frozen Heart, like, feels a little rough, where you have one of these awkward backs where you do, like, 800 gold. So if you die or you have to back for wards a little too frequently, it can be a little rough. Ooh, yeah, I don't like that anymore. Get the timers on those games. Did he flash? Okay. Just get a tier 2, man. Like, the whole purpose in getting Rift is to get a tower, so you might as well get a tower first. I said middle school, man. There's so many weird things that go on in middle school. Middle school has to be the weirdest school. Like, everyone's just like, a lot of people are just, you know, trying so hard and trying to be cool and, you know, trying out stuff that they really don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's an exciting time because there are a lot of firsts and things like that, but... I liked my middle school. It was okay. I like my middle school. It was kind of a rough middle school for the area, but it was interesting.
to the beat. Darkness.
Hashtag homeschooled, yeah. Maybe you were able to dodge some of that stuff. I mean, I pretty much liked all of my schools, but all my stages of school. I was kind of a nerd, but that was Oh, get interrupted, son. Okay, I guess we just go get Baron. I'll hold on to Rift while we have Baron. My vision score! No! Yeah, that was actually a place where a bush gank, like, kind of made sense. Because we had a threat on Baron, like someone had to come look at Baron, and we had really good vision in the area, so we knew like where they were gonna be, so we weren't gonna get ambushed. Oh, yeah. For in the United States, at least, most places, most schools, I think. Now, my cousin goes to a school where they break up. I think it's 6th and 7th grade, and then 8th and 9th is a separate school, because they have so many people that go to that high school. There's only one high school in that area.
I don't like being alone.
So their high school is only sophomore, like 10th grade through 12th grade. But most schools, I think 6th through 8th is considered middle school. I don't know, internationally, I'm sure there are lots of differences. But, that's typically how it goes. And so for a lot of kids, I think, what is that normal age range in middle school? Like 11 through 14 or something? We don't have a wave, though. The wave's like so far back. This is why wave management's important. We kind of failed on the waves. I know, dude, but I'm gonna wait until we have a wave. Like,
Universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
I don't want to like just throw it in there and have it die. Like, we want it to crash with Baron minions. Ideally, we'd have a bigger stack than this, but. Oh, they're buffing Rift next patch. They're, at least as far as what I saw, they are decreasing the amount of time that it takes to kill Rift. So they're not lowering its, when it spawns, its spawn HP. I don't think. They're lowering the amount of HP that it has to kill it when it's in the pit. I don't think so. I could be wrong about that, but I think like their intention is to make the top lane of the map seem more attractive to junglers early on, so they don't just hard camp bottom. Are we 3-0 or 4-0? I don't know. That's a lot more LP than I thought we had. I wasn't even paying attention. They maybe honestly should probably spawn 2 dragons. I mean, they wanted to create like some diversity of different objectives to say, okay, if you want to be able to push faster and get a temporary gain, you can take Rift. Or if you want to have this stacking dragon, like, win condition, you can take dragon. The problem is dragon is still easier to kill, and it gives a permanent benefit when you get it. And it can be a win condition if you get the dragon soul. So I still think that, hey, thanks, Happy. Yes, you can QSS Immortal, but QSS is also 1,300 gold, so like, it's not free. Ideally, I can just position better and not get mortaled. Like, that wouldn't have been a problem if I just, like, I don't know, didn't zone out or something and just W'd away immediately when I saw him. It wouldn't have been a problem. Usually it's not an issue. You can just position better as a support. But yes, I am aware that you can do that. But thanks for the heads up. I don't remember what I was talking about. I think that they should probably just mirror it. Yeah, just have 2 different dragons spawn or something like that. Adjust the benefits in that way. Or, now one thing that I've said before that I think they could do, if they really want to double down on Rift, like, giving you a big benefit or whatever, maybe they could make the top lane tower a little bit weaker.
You used to be cool.
Because, like, right now, what they have, I believe, is the top lane and the mid lane towers. I think, I'd have to check this, but I think the top lane and the mid lane towers actually have more armor to start with. They're harder to kill than the bot lane tower. Because they did that originally, they made, when there were, like, lane swaps going on, when there's a lane swap meta, if people remember that era, back in, like, Season 3 and Season 4, it really wasn't a ton of fun to watch, like, professional-wise, because there just was no laning phase. Everyone just, like, swap lanes, and eventually you'd have, like, empty lanes, like 2 versus 0 lanes and things, and, like, double jungling and things like that, and they just, like, the game really didn't start till, like, 10 minutes in. And so in order to counteract that, they made the bot tower much, much easier to kill than the other towers, so that there had to be 2 people to defend bottom. And another reason they didn't like that was not only was it, like, not super fun to watch, but people couldn't emulate that in solo queue. It's like you were watching a different kind of game, because it required... It was very interesting from a macro perspective. There's a lot of creativity, a lot of really, like, unusual rotations and adaptations. So, strategically, I thought it was pretty cool. It was just... you couldn't copy it in solo queue, and a lot of people thought it was kind of boring to watch. Yeah, I didn't mind. I kind of liked it, but, you know, they know a lot more information than we do in terms of viewership and, you know, reading forums and things like that. They have I know it doesn't seem that way all the time. So I have to believe they have a little bit of a better pulse of, like, what the community feels about something than most people do. But, anyways, so the outcome there was they made bot lane, like, really weak, but now, like, against Zyra, Lucian does a lot of damage too, though. I think I'm gonna go double magic resist and then get a lot of armor. But yeah, so they made bot lane a lot weaker, but now that they've added on, like, all these, like, they've made dragons so important, and, like, plates are really important, and all this stuff, that everyone wants to camp bottom. So they could just reverse that, what they did. Just start off by making bot lane not as weak as far as the tower goes, and then also, like, potentially making top lane weaker, so that when people get the Rift top, it's a lot more likely they're going to get multiple plates. So, like, when Rift charges top, maybe it takes 3 plates instead of 2, or something off the charge. So that would mean that, like, okay, if you're giving up Dragon bottom, you're at least, like, almost guaranteed to get a tower top. Because right now with the plates, if you use Rift Herald, you're not even guaranteed to get a tower out of it. And I'm not even sure if a tower is worth a dragon it's like debatable on the kind of dragon and what you do with that extra pressure when the tower's down. But anyways, that's what they need to do, not like lower Rift Herald's health. I mean, I guess that's a good start, but I think everyone's just going to continue camping bottom unless they nerf the dragons a lot harder. There's still just so many rewards aside from the dragon. If you think about it from a jungler's perspective, like if you go bottom, you can get 2 kills instead of just getting 1 kill top. You're going to have multiple people, so it's more likely you're going to put a lot of damage on the tower, and you can get dragons. And typically your bot laners are going to scale some of the best with gold in the game. And the enemy bot laner, if you shut down the enemy bot laner, AD carries are almost always some of the worst champions in the game when they don't have a lot of gold, because they usually don't have a lot of CC or other utility, most of them, except for like Senna and Ashe and a couple of other ones. But so you're shutting down one of the enemy hyper carries, you're shutting down 2 people on the enemy team, with their support also potentially, and you're buffing up 2 people on your team in addition to the dragons, the towers, all that other stuff. So it's going to take a lot to convince like smart junglers to play the top side of the map more in solo queue. In pro, it's a little different because you can like build entire strategies around your composition and like what you're trying to do top lane.
No, we got a problem.
I don't think tower shots need grievous wounds.
You notice the sky?
It's lovely.
I mean, like, you should be able to dive top, I think. I mean, diving is a part of the game, like, it does require some skill. It's a very high-risk maneuver. It can, you know, in a lot of cases, it can, I think, didn't we just have this Lee? I think I remember Garbage NA, or maybe I just commented on his name this last queue. It is a lot easier to dive top, especially at higher elos, because you don't have the support to worry about. The support's usually the one with a lot of the CC early on. And it's a lot harder to dive 2 people than it is to dive 1 person. So in pro play, it's a little bit different. Like you might get a bit more attention top, but... Bro, what are you doing? Like, what the actual fuck? Okay, well... We've had some good luck on teammates today, so far, but I think our luck might be running out.
The only way to understand magic is to plunge into it.
Like,
Move with it. Dance.
the guy literally just saw me use my ability on Zyra, and then decides to all in without using any sums, and just straight trades auto attacks with Lucian. I don't know if he lagged or what. I hope he just lagged.
Enemy has been slain.
You know it's not a good sign if you can't tell if your teammate actually lagged out or not.
If you don't want to do this,
No. Freedom fighting is a good thing.
I mean, he activated his W, but just how terrible that movement was, like where he just stood actually still and attacked, it actually could be lag. Like, that's very unusual
what we have is greater than
for someone to not even like try to use summoners.
Where are they?
rebellions thrive on intelligence.
An ally
Oh god,
enemy double kill.
that might just. That Lucian roam. Top lane's very like matchup dependent. I think the game's actually in an okay balanced place right now for the most part. There are definitely like some individual outliers, but I think the roles are kind of getting close. They are nerfing ADC next patch, which I don't like, but
talking about you, honey. How do you like me today?
Whoa, the jungler's right there, bro. I don't have anything. Hang on, bud. I don't know why, man. I love, like, real southern accents.
Enemy killing spree.
Now I do. It's cracked me up.
You want to start it off?
Let's start it off!
Hold up, bud.
Shut down.
Dude, like, this Wukong for real. My god.
Gosh.
We gotta go.
How does he even have any farm?
What's after this?
Another road, another horizon.
Good. Where'd they go?
Enemy missing.
Where?
Stay alert. Enemy missing.
This is about to get weird.
Oh, crap.
Wukong could still be in here. I thought Wukong is still gonna be like around potentially.
That's the only way to live.
Oh, that's an. I forgot that the Singe can do that. That flip counts as a knockup. That's kind of an interesting little combo.
You're only given a little spark.
Took one too many tower shots. I should have flashed faster when I saw that second shot coming in. Well, Lucian's getting really fed.
I'm just trying to live the moment. Over here! Mysterious mystery! Mankind is blind. I want them to see.
You see a graphical difference? I don't know, League's graphics aren't that insane, but yeah, in general, most computer games are going to have better graphics than mobile, but maybe, I don't know, I'm not really, I don't know a lot about current mobile games. Well, I'm still not 6th, I meant. I think we need Lee's help. Zyra does just gonna do too much damage. Zyra Lucian's just too much. Come on, can we do this? Lee? I guess not. Can we push and like force a dragon? Guess not. The fucking plants. Oh my god, everybody's... Okay. I shouldn't have gone in to follow up. I wasn't sure if Lee was going to be able to kill him or not. I thought I might need to get the charm. Yeah, man, those plants
Back there?
doing a lot of damage.
Yes.
I wasn't. I never think. Ugh, thinking.
Wait, how'd Lucian get one of those kills?
I can't do this alone.
God, Zed has 5 kills.
I think you intimidate human female.
Yeah, you have a BF sword. I mean, he's got a...
Kinda hot.
Okay, he can last hit him. I don't even have to help him, I don't think, at this point. I didn't have my shield or my ult. This Lee's getting really fed. I think this was a Lee from... I think we've had him on our team before today. Or earlier today we had him on our team. Okay, Zed's middle again. Wants me to get back to diamond. Yeah, this Lee's doing well. He's hooking it up.
Woo! I am so into this.
Stick with this. The Frozen Heart's been working out pretty well, especially since they're all AD except for Mordekaiser. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Probably pretty young. I always hate it when anybody dies, you know, but like especially young people.
Is everything all right?
It's unfortunate.
I just like that sound. Caw-caw!
An ally has been slain.
I didn't think he was gonna go for it. That Wu did a little head fake there.
Turret plating will fall.
I guess he was waiting on a cooldown or something, hoping we'd stick around a little bit longer.
Why is it taking so long to get back to the action?
Can't find her. Don't
slain.
leave without me.
I'm here. Zaya, hey. Damn, where is she?
Shut
Hate it
down.
when she
I don't see him.
You aren't gonna kill me in one shot, Zed. He must not have taken a peek at my items. I'm like actually literally the worst person to hold on our team. He may have been trying to just like click on Zaya, but then she went invulnerable, and then he just like wigged out and just kept clicking, and like accidentally clicked me or something.
Name one genius that ain't crazy.
I think we could have gone for Rift off of that, but just gonna get this prop. Well, if Zed's bot now, I can't do any more of that. No Lucian there.
Killing spree.
I don't need anything but the
Lost
It just takes time, Kimoi. Like, you gotta actually implement some of the stuff that people are talking about too. You know, you're changing champs all the time, and I don't know. I mean, you can have fun and stuff like that, but I don't know. You know, it's challenging. Like, it's not easy to climb. Some of these videos make it seem, you know, with the all caps, make it seem like, oh, just instantly, you know, gonna be a high level player if you just do these 2 tricks. But it's really like there aren't any like 1 or 2 simple tricks that will put you in challenger, you know. If Zaya was closer, I could try to make a play on that, but
It's gonna be okay.
can we just get this rift?
Hey, I know that.
We need one more person. Is somebody dead? No. Singe is just in an open lane. How did Ward like not ult anybody? Rakan's actually pretty decent in Immortal too, typically, because you can W behind structures and like sort of get away from him.
Thank you, honey.
Well, we managed to win that basically 3v4 while 2 people split the side lane, so
I'm handling it here.
Are you?
I will.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
guess Zyra got away, yeah. It's pretty bad that we didn't get Rift, though. Like, it was open, pretty much free the entire time, and we just didn't want to get it. I mean, he is playing really well. Like, he's 13 and 4, but I think we could have had Rift.
An enemy has been slain.
Be right back.
Will you?
Who can know these things?
You can know these things.
I'm not really sure what Ward's doing. He could have ulted somebody in there.
Slain. Double kill.
Oh, I missed it. No. Okay, we got him anyways.
I've been kicked around since I was born. It's all right. It's okay. I'm staying alive.
Not sure if I'm gonna get there in time. Nope. I had to make a decision to go follow the Lee or get that ward. I guess that ward's not really that useful because we're not really moving through that part of our tunnel anyways.
Godlike. Shut down.
Zaya,
Yeah?
you sexy.
Okay.
Shut down.
Also respawning.
An ally has been slain.
What?
An enemy has been slain.
Zed's like 1v3. We can't be losing things like that.
Your turret has been destroyed. Enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain.
I love that little frog.
That was a Vestine farewell.
Is it a Vestine farewell when you say Lavash?
I was trying to have a moment, Rakan.
Trying to have a moment. Heh.
Baby?
The disrespect. Gosh. Hit him with that disrespect. Set support. I guess it's possible. I mean, I'm just trying to win. I'm trying to get back to Diamond first. I mean, I had been yesterday and the day before was kind of like a variety day. I was trying some other stuff out, getting smashed. Yeah, they know. One cool thing about this build is it really does let you get like a squishier item, like an Ardent Sensor, for some extra power. Because the thing just has so much armor on it, like the 100 armor. Like Zeke's, I think, has like 45 or something on it.
I don't do safe.
Rakan's very unique.
I miss Zaya.
There's a lot of like unique stuff about Rakan. Like the fact that he has a free dash, like multiple dashes. Like he's got his W that doesn't require any sort of target, then he has his E.
I'm getting impatient.
Like he's just the most mobile support, and that's not only just for like moving around the battlefield, but like vision control and stuff like that. Like you can pretty much go wherever you want most of the time. What is going on?
I need to see if people can see how awesome I am.
Edge just like wrecking everybody. Wait, Zaya still died? Man, we are throwing hard.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Why are we trying to 1v1 him?
Your turret has been destroyed.
Dude, this is like a total collapse. Like, everyone's just like so tilted. They've lost their mind. I don't know what's going on. Like, we were ahead by so much. Like, what happened? Can I move yet? Hello? What's up, Real Strategy?
I think Zaya told me to
Wait, did we get Baron? Who got Baron earlier? I can't even
That's the
remember.
only part of the plan I remember.
Oh, yeah, I remember. We got it. We got it. 1 point. Yasuo, get off to the Baron, bro. No, we can't. Dude, this Zed, man. Like,
Danger is as fun as you let it be.
Killing spree.
Okay, Rakan. Get him watching.
does he still not have any armor? He has armor. What the? Why is the Zed doing that much damage? I forgot his crap like actually does a little slow. His W applies slow. Should have waited on the Yasuo to get a little bit stronger. Yeah, we need this.
Ugly.
Or not. Please, please. Why can't anyone kill him? Like,
Enemy double kill.
how did I thought he used his flash up here after me? Maybe he just used his W ult.
Aced. Your inhibitor is respawning soon.
No way, they actually just went off of that? Wow. Dude, this is one of the biggest throws I think I've seen in a very long time. Oh, the inhibitor came back up.
Yo, little help.
Nice. Okay, maybe. Maybe we can come back in. Mordekaiser's bottom.
I saw you. Everyone can see you.
I mean, it's literally, like, if they don't have Zed, they don't have anything. Like, that's their entire team. I've just got to commit to, like, shutting down the Zed. I didn't even see the Wukong coming in, honestly. I was so focused on the Zyra. Stop fighting the Zed. Like, just stop, man. Why does he keep trying to 1v1 him? No one's 1v1ing the Zed. He got Trinity Force instead of boots. Nice. Finally, yeah, the Singe got the goo on him, finally, so he can't move around. Oh my gosh. Can we just win? We might be able to just win. Well, we do have Baroned up minions. I do. I think we gotta just go for the win here while Zed's down. He's gotta protect, try to protect Zaya from Wukong if we can. Zed's up in 3 seconds. We got him. Wow. Dude, Sadie is so hyped for that game, man. It's like unbelievable. Hey. Get hyped. See? There she goes. She lifted her head. I mean, to me, that was a fortunate win, but they were kind of lucky that Zed was just, like, hard carrying their entire team, too. I mean, like, we threw really hard. Horrible human being. Zed's so angry. I am reading the chat, man. You gotta, there's a delay, dude. It's like a mandatory YouTube delay of like 15 seconds, and I'm trying to process a lot of information. I'm trying to read what's going on there. I'm looking at stats. You know, I'm trying to comment on the game, think about the game. Oh, end game chat. Okay. Yeah, I was reading it. I was reading as much as I could there. But yeah, I understand why, you know, why Zed would be frustrated there. Right, Sadie? Are you frustrated? Are you frustrated? What do you guys think? Is it frustrated or frustrated? I think like the British pronunciation of it is frustrated. Right? Not two S's there. Like frustrated. Why is Zed angry? Because he was like hard carrying that and no one else on his team was doing anything. The British say everything wrong. I mean, it's their language. Or no, it's, yeah. Frustrated. Did we put the T on the first syllable there? Not putting Z's in everything. Nothing shocks me anymore. One of my favorite ones is like, for some reason we say laboratory. It's not even remotely spelled like laboratory. It's laboratory. But I still say laboratory too. There's a couple of like kind of silly ones. Dexter taught me. Laboratory sounds cool, that's right. Kohler has a U. Like you. That's right. That's a very apt analogy. Everyone will look at you like you're asking for unsweet tea.
You used to be cool.
Steak. I like that steak burn too. Is that well done? Get that sweet tea with the well done sirloin. It's on. Is it steak? I like it. See? I like you. Yeah. Yeah. Language changes a lot. And spelling changes a lot. I mean, how the hell is, however the Thames is spelled in England, how does that sound like Thames? Isn't it like, it looks like Thymes or something. It's like T-H-Y-M-E-S or something like that. I don't know. English is a very like interesting language because of the, you know, the long-term sort of like power of England in Europe, and especially during the colonial era. You just like kind of absorbed a lot of other sayings from a lot of other languages around the world, and you just like transliterate them to try to turn them into like English words. And that's why you get all these like really funky spellings and exceptions, because it's like it's English, but it's really like a bunch of French words in there and German words in there and like Old English words in there and like Norse words and, you know, all of these other words from like various places in the colonies, or like these different sorts of ideas. I'm not playing set bot lane, man. We've got him on our team, so we can see how he goes, but whatever, we'll just do Rakan. Like, that's... Leona's pretty good against Rakan, but I'm just winning a lot. I just want to at least see if we get to Platinum 3, since we're on a roll. We'll just kind of push champ diversity aside a little bit and just try to go for... No, about language. I mean, I'm not a linguist, but yeah, I did take several grad classes that did touch on some of these ideas. pretty much all AD. I guess I'll keep one magic resist rune for Oriana. But yeah, like the kind of the history of the English language. That's actually a class in grad school. They call it Hell, H-E-L. At least at my grad school, if you take like medieval, has a pretty strong medieval department with history of the English language, and then you can take like Old English and stuff like that. People think of Old English as like, oh, well, that's you know, Victorian writers, right? Like they're using these old-timey words, or even Shakespeare, you know, Old English. It's like, no, it's like a completely different language. Like you can't even really read it if you don't have special training. Even Middle English is really weird. I had a class in grad school where it was like a Renaissance class, and we had to read Spenser's The Fairy Queen in Middle English, and it's actually kind of tricky. Like you have to really like get used to it. They're like this weird like S looking thing that I think was like supposed to, I don't remember what it was, like an F or something. Like some of the letters are different, and just like the sounds and the spellings are very different, so it just looks like almost unrecognizable, but you can kind of read it. Like Chaucer's written in that too. I think even like some of Shakespeare's stuff was written like that as well. It wasn't really until, and a lot of stuff is spelled kind of differently too. It wasn't, they didn't have like a formal dictionary type of thing, like a, you know, a vocabulary and grammar police type of stuff until the 1700s.
I tried being good, but evil just brings out the sparkle in my eyes.
I don't remember who, might have been, was it Swift? I don't remember who sort of, it wasn't Swift. I don't remember who did that. Like, one of his bros kind of invented the, or like was trying to catalog and standardize grammar.
And evil loves me.
For the most part, people were just emulating whoever was like rich and powerful and writing a bunch of stuff at the time. I mean, most people couldn't even read throughout most of history. Like that, like mass education didn't really start coming online in England, like, or the ability to get like a decent education, or for there to even be like a middle class until like the 1700s, when people, like, you have to have like a certain level of comfort and a certain level of like wealth before you can start actually caring about learning like how to write and things like that.
Ooh, darkness is the new hotness.
A lot of people just worked the fields, you know, for 16 hours a day and like passed out in their hut and then got up again and did it the next day almost every day. Until there were all these like technological innovations and trade innovations and economic innovations and things like that in the 1700s. Then people had a little bit more free time, and once they had free time, then they had a bit more time to learn things like how to write.
Doing the right thing was boring.
Make it to nationals. I don't know what nationals would be in league, but yeah, we are doing well tonight. I think we're like 5-0 or something. I forgot to upgrade it, but yeah, we've been doing a lot. So that's good. Finally getting our groove back a little bit here. I think just a lot of the clowns have, I mean, I've lost a lot of games too, but I guess maybe they've lost even more. It feels like these have been like fairly high quality games too. Like, I don't think a lot of them have been like straight up blowouts. Like that last one was really close.
Then I embrace the darkness. Woohoo!
I'm gonna get to read some Emerson and some maybe some more 19th century American stuff for my dissertation. I never had a 19th century American class. Never really studied it that much. I haven't really even thought about Emerson since probably like high school. Maybe there was a survey class undergrad. But he does have some connections with research that I'm interested in doing, so it'll be interesting to revisit some of those things.
An enemy has been slain.
Well, they're really not pressuring us. They're kind of giving us a free lane. Like, they should be dominant in this lane. You doing Clash? Maybe, I don't know. If I find a group, I think Roach already has a group. A lot of sort of,
I only believe in myself.
why are we going this far forward, man? That was definitely, we might die for that. That was a huge positional mistake. Yeah, I don't know why she went that far forward. Like, she was doing pretty well. I'm gonna have to flash, I think. She just, like, walked up into Leona's range when it's pushing towards us. Like, there's no reason to do that.
Living the dream.
The dream of darkness.
Yeah, but Leona's the threat. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe she just got overconfident. Like, this is a bad matchup for us early. Like, she shouldn't... We don't want to fight him all in. I don't know. It was a huge positional mistake on her part. I did the best that I could to try to rectify it, but... I've seen some bad sets, man. We carried a set last night that was like 1 in 10 or something. I mean, he can be pretty good.
An enemy has been slain.
Can we do dragon? Never mind. Maybe. I mean, we've got priority. Yeah. I mean, your jungler's dead.
Safety is boring. Let's start a
I'm gonna
fight.
at least get some wards in here.
Two down. Brace thyself.
Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break.
We might have to do mercs here with the Leona. Don't want to be too greedy.
Whoa! Danger brings out my bats. Just kidding. All my sides are equal.
The prophecy's coming true. I like that.
It's not that I completely lost my sense of hope. It's that the light inside me died over time, leaving a dark
That's
Just
three.
lost her mind.
An ally has been slain.
Oof. I can't.
An ally has been slain.
my god, Olaf only has 24 CS? Really? Oh my god. How did they sniff that out? Damn it. Well, that was a waste of a bag. Dude, we waited so patiently in that bush.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, well, they got the better end of us there. Ash flash too? I'm not sure. Oh, Ash volley hit me? No, I know her bird hit me when they did it, but I don't remember the volley hitting me. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention to it.
When Zaya and I were abandoned on a desolate planet, I realized something. I don't like being
An
alone.
ally has been
Oh,
slain.
and spiky space squids are the worst.
We need to push so that we can help them out. So they're getting busted up. Dude, come on, man. You see I've got relic shield? I'm trolling, bro. He's like, wait, don't push. Hold on. Okay, yeah, let's push. Like, I could have already been up here to kill her. Okay, we got her anyways. Alright, let's get this. I guess maybe he was trying to build a slow push. I don't know. I mean, we knew they were all coming. Like, pretty big mistake.
World's gonna burn. Can say the same.
I'm not sure. That... What the... Dude! What? Oh my lord.
Slain.
How did everyone on our team just die in different places on the map at the same time? I gotta try to hold this.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince of Evil, the Emperor of Hotness.
This Kiana feels like she's getting smoked, but she's like up 30 CS.
Life sucks without Zaya, but it is less complicated.
Got that warden's mail, sweetheart. Ain't happening.
Stare in the mirror. It's dangerous.
Kiana was top, so bro, let me get it. Oh my god, you're trolling. Sure, Kiana's still top. This is kind of greedy.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay, yeah, she's definitely top.
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free because I'm bad.
Where's she gonna use it? She could use it top lane right now, which would be bad. Hey, Vlad.
An ally has been slain.
She doesn't have her ult.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince of Evil, the Emperor of Hotness.
They're gonna get bottom off that.
Ooh, Riku. Let's destroy everything they hold and then laugh in their faces.
Yeah, Set's getting pounded by Renekton right now, but Set will probably be more useful in team fights than Renekton will later.
I dance to the beat.
I really wanted to. No way, right? Okay. That tower's still there. I thought about flash Wing, but that tower's still there. I don't think we have enough room for a follow-up.
Has been slain.
still, well, okay. Kai'Sa's hurting. Please don't give him free kills. Yeah, we're giving him free kills. Can we get over here? Okay, yeah, I think we just gotta reset. We do have a little bit of pressure, but not a huge, like, we have to push through a cannon. Might just do redemption here. I think we win long fights. If you win long fights, like, redemption's good. If you think fights are going to go on for a few seconds, then you're going to win the longer fight. How does one even carry from support when your team does whatever they want? Well, listen. Well, they will, though. If you make the right calls, and you're doing really good rotations and things like that, you definitely can win a support, just like you can win any other role.
How do the Star Guardians see anything? Their spells are so dark.
I mean, a really good engage on something like a Rakan or a Nautilus basically is a one-shot, you know? Like, you're not gonna have a ton of damage on your charts, but if you're making plays happen, like, that's causing a bunch of kills, you know? Because you control vision, if you have really good vision control, you can make really good decisions and make picks and faster rotations. I mean, I have a ton of content on the channel if you want to check it out. I actually have a video that I did, I think it was either last week or the week before, that was literally like an updated how to carry a support, where I cover like a few of the main concepts that can help out with that. Just sort of broadly, and then we have much more specific stuff on the channel as well.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness.
I'm really digging this Frozen Heart, even before the buff. I'm gonna sweep that up. Not Frozen Mallet, Frozen Heart. Yeah, I think it actually is pretty cost efficient, especially because a lot of people are running AD just sort of all over the place right now. I feel like, I don't know, just in solo queue, you just don't get a ton of Zeeks, or like a ton of value off of the Zeeks.
More dark matter? Dark matter everywhere. As far as the eye can see.
Yeah. I mean, they have 1 AP on their team, so it's like triple AD. And that does allow you to more comfortably get things like Ardent Sensor without being as squishy. It allows you to tank towers early for dives. I mean, that Ashe, the reason I didn't die and we won one of those early trades was she didn't notice that I had Warden's Mail. Or she didn't respect it, I guess. Can we even win this? Oh, if it's pretty fed, maybe somebody steps over here.
I choose fun.
Seriously, all 5? Okay, well, they just burned so many cooldowns. Oh, wow. He ulted right through Orianna's ult, so it didn't stop him. That's nice. Well, you need to communicate your engages or just make higher quality engages. I mean, a nice thing about Rakan, too, is like, you should be able to escape most of the time if they don't go for your engage. Yeah, I'm trying out the Frozen Heart. I did some math on it when I was looking at when I was doing a video about the changes that are coming up in 10.2, which I'll probably release tomorrow. I already recorded it, I just haven't released it yet.
Doing the right thing was one thing. I'm waiting for fun now.
And I was like, hey, it's already like pretty efficient, like 115% for a tank item. It's pretty good. Zeke's is like 100%, not including its passive. And the 20% CDR is actually pretty nice. It's one of the fastest ways you can get 20% CDR without like slowing down your build. Yeah, but there's not really a good pure health item for supports. Like, they're all hybrids. I mean, like, Redemption has health on it. Shirelius has health on it.
I am so far past redemption, I am in the fun zone. Population Rakan.
It just depends on what's going on in those poke lanes. Like, maybe roam, get deeper vision, call down your jungler, try to get it engaged. It just depends. Health is the most expensive of the defensive stats because it can apply to
I only believe in
armor and magic resist. So health is the most balanced and expensive stat. Like, armor's more cost efficient. So in general, like, if they have like a lot of one type of thing on their team, then either getting armor or magic resist is going to be more effective than health for quite a long time. Yeah, it just depends. I could do an updated like stats video at some point too that explains kind of the efficiency of different stats. But you also have to keep in mind like the different sorts of unique passives that different items have. So it's like, yeah, health in general is pretty good, like we said, but you know, they've nerfed health off of a lot of items over time. Health has been one of the most difficult stats to balance. Yeah, people in Flex might be a little more chill, or you may you may have gotten paired up with a trio of friends or a duo of friends or something. Not really. I mean, sort of, but like they, you know, tanks just aren't really coming back. They need to nerf Conquer again. Like, they just need to take off the healing. Like, getting the extra armor and AP is like already good enough, but it's just that healing. The free healing just means that a lot of tanks just can't do enough damage to keep up with the damage dealers, because the damage dealers are just going to out-heal them. So they're buffing Frozen Heart a little bit next patch, but a lot of people are probably going to sleep on it and not really like use it. But I mean, like, Ornn's pretty good in the top lane, but in general, like, Riot's in kind of a tough spot with tanks, because a lot of people would rather, like, don't particularly like watching tanks from an esports perspective. Like, they'd rather see, you know, exciting assassin or fighter type of champions, because typically tanks don't have as many mechanics to them. There's some, but so from a viewership perspective, they want to see more exciting, you know, flashy, outplay type of champions from esports. And then as far as like playing perspective, a lot of people don't like playing tanks because they feel like tanks really can't carry as well in like top lane or jungle. They don't do a lot of damage. A lot of people just like to see big numbers, damage, go for pentakills, all that kind of stuff. And then a lot of people get frustrated playing against tanks too, because they feel like they just can't kill them. So that's kind of the thing, is it's like you need tanks for like good balance in the game. That's part of what has made AD carries a little bit weaker too over time. Last season and a little bit into this season, most AD carries, with some exceptions, is that a lot of AD carries historically have been best in tank metas because you have tanks to help heal you, to extend fights, so that you can do like high DPS. Because most AD carries like need some time to put out their damage. Like they want to sit there and auto attack a lot to get their damage out. So the longer the fights go, the better it is for AD carries. But because tanks haven't been in the meta, you've seen a lot of really high mobility assassin or fighter, like really high damage, high mobility champs, and that is bad news for most AD carries. So that's partially why like a lot of the most dominant supports, you know, over the last year have been like the hard CC engage tanks, because you just can't play other stuff. You need engage and you need someone tanky. So if you play like a Leona or a Nautilus, that frees up your jungler to, you know, go for like Kha'Zix or Lee Sin or, you know, something else like that. I think eventually, you know, tanks might sneak back in. We'll see. But it's just like, it's Conquer. Like, that's all it is. Like, Conquer is too strong. It just still wrecks tanks. Like, that's it. They just need to do something else about Conquer. Either lower the damage on it or remove the lifesteal. I'm in favor of removing the lifesteal. I know it's been all Rakan, but we've just been winning. I just want to win. I want to get back to Diamond. We'll try to diversify a bit more at some point, or maybe I can get on a Smurf or something and go for some diversity, but also, you know, they don't want games to take too long. That's another concern, is a lot of people, you know, they don't want the average game length to be much longer than like 30 minutes, like top end, like 30 to 35 top end, and they seem to be preferring like 25 to 30 minutes. They don't want people to get caught up in like 45-minute to hour-long games. This day and age, especially, you know, like with Fortnite and all that stuff, I guess, yeah, we'll just do a mixed. They have quite a bit of magic damage. Kale is an auto attacker though, so the Frozen Heart will still be like decent there. But yeah, Ornn is kind of like, he's alright top lane. Mundo's been okay. But this, a lot of times, it's like, why play like a formal tank when you can play something that does a lot of damage and is tank-ish? You know, like it had been Garen for a lot of the preseason, and now Darius is still kind of like that. Set's kind of like that. Jax later in the game is kind of like that. Elderwood Ornn. I don't think Ornn needs that many more buffs. I think he's probably alright. I don't know his win rate offhand, but...
Riku, how can you be tired already? We just got here.
Malachi is someone that has potential. He just doesn't quite do enough damage. I mean, I swear, if they just remove the healing off of Conquer, it would open up so many more champions for viability. And it would nerf a lot of the most, like, egregious, abusive champions right now.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Katarina, if they just remove the healing off of... like, it's just causing so many problems among so many different types of champions, too. It's not just, like, you know, your Rivens, your Camille's, your Fioras, that, like, Conquer, I think, was intended to help with. Like, it's weird stuff, you know, like Katarina, Cassiopeia... Like, it's causing all these balance issues, Mordekaiser, across, like, a wide spectrum of different champions that the rune was really not intended to be used by, I think, so...
World's gonna burn. I'm amazing by fire.
I think they, I mean, there's no reason it needs healing on it. Like, why? It already gives you a lot of offense. It just doesn't, like, even make sense thematically why you would need that. I think they just wanted to do something to compensate for, like, taking away the true damage, but just make them buy items. Like, if they have a tank on the team, just, they have to buy a Mortal Reminder. Like, I don't know what's hard about that. Like, it's what happened for years and years and years. Like, you should have to change your itemization. It shouldn't be one rune is good against tanks and squishies. And it's, like, optimal in every situation. You know, like you have with Conquer right now. It should be like, okay, if I really want to counter tanks, I'm not going to be as strong in squishies. Or if I really want to kill squishies, I'm going to be vulnerable to tanks. Like, I think that needs to be, you know, a thing. With runes and items to an extent. Choices and emphasizing, like, team diversity and things like that. These are good things. She got heal level 2. I was hoping she got her E. Wait, she did get her E. How did he not get blown up? Did he heal? I don't know how she healed him. Does she have blue? She does have blue. Oh god, he's gonna turn it around? Wow. Maybe? Okay, they TP back in. I don't know if I'm able to get Frozen Heart this game. They basically have one AD this game. And he even does like a pretty good chunk of magic damage with his W, so I'm not really sure what I should be getting here. Frozen Heart, I'm just really digging that item, but maybe Athene's? I don't know, maybe I get it anyways, because they do have 2 attack speed people. Too many hits. Yeah, over chased a little bit there. Soraka's so obnoxious too with trades. Pretty much win every trade. Unless it's like a full out all in. Jinx didn't have the damage for that early. I took way too many hits. I just gotta.
Self-control is for star nerds. I choose fun.
I do need to put down some wards. I was trying to get a deeper ward early, but Varus cut me off at the entrance. Yeah, Kayle is attack speed, so maybe. Much prefer if they stacked a bunch of AD again. Potentially. The Silas jungle's a little rough. I think after some of the changes, but Soraka's really low on well, she just got a heal off, but oh my god, how did he do that much damage that early? As much as I like that build. I do not believe on-hit triggers Conquer, no. It doesn't trigger it in extra time. So, like, if you have Blather and King, I don't think, and you auto-attack once, I don't think it counts as, like, 2 autos.
This place will look different when we're in charge, Riku. More dark matter?
Knight's Vow is actually really not that efficient after the nerfs. I was looking over the math. It just is really a lot worse than I thought it was. Especially on Rakan, where you only get half value on the passive. It doesn't, like, just an ability, whether it's on hit or not, is going to give you 2 stacks. Dude, Elise, come on, man.
I do what I want. No star. I only believe in myself and Saya.
An ally has been slain.
As Fizz is just gonna, like, run the show on this Cassidon. Oh! Wait, what did that hit? Oh, it hit her little spider, okay. I thought she was gonna get her there. It was both HP and resist. Wait, which one? The maybe. Nah. Well, yeah, maybe that's true. Knight's Vow. There's not a good, like, magic resist. Like, adaptive would be good here. We do have 2 magic damage users. Or not adaptive, Abyssal Mask. Probably not, though, because I'm not going to sit in combat to, like, maximize that effect. And I think that effect's very expensive. The extra damage that's dealt by magic damage. I wish they'd just give Locket HP again. Like, CDR and HP. Like, nerf its magic. Or just, like, take armor completely off of it. Just give it, like, HP and CDR. I think that would be fair. Like, they need to make, like, much more, like, situational items. I think, where it's like, okay, I'm getting this because they have a lot of magic damage, and I want a team fight item or something, you know?
An enemy has been slain.
Can we beat? I mean, we might be able to beat them or force something. I'm not sure. Maybe. It feels like, yeah, the magic resist options for support are pretty lacking. I mean, I know that Locket was, like, really dominant for a long time. But there are so many other options right now for support. I don't think it would be as hegemonic as it was. Right? It wouldn't be as, like, forcing you to buy it, you know?
Darkness is the new hotness.
Be careful, she could just, like, pop over this wall.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord.
I mean, yeah, I think in general, like, they should just lower the stats a little bit. A lot of times laners don't care as much about CDR as supports do. But, anyways, what are we getting here? I guess Athenes, maybe?
Ally has been slain.
So let's get Athenes.
Enemy
I am
double
so
kill.
far past redemption, I am
An
in the
enemy
fun
has
zone.
been slain.
Itemization, Rakan. Dance to the beat. Used to be a square.
She's not on the bottom side of the map. Okay, never mind. She is. She just arrived. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show, so maybe they'll come out and try to gank. We can force a fight.
My cloak is woven from the whispers of star fields, the secrets of the galaxies, the wind
Damn it.
of the seventh moon. Ooh, and it swishes. Swish, swish.
An enemy has been slain.
We always gotta reset. It's- I could have used my E and then W'd onto him. If he ults me, I'm probably just dead.
Enemy has been slain.
Alright, well, I guess we gotta splash.
Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break. Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness.
They're gonna see me backing here, which is not great. Item CDR reduction. Yeah, I thought that was really fun. That used to be on the red.
Shut down.
On the red sightstone, ruby sightstone, which I thought was really cool. And then you got it with Ingenious Hunter, but it's just Ingenious Hunter just competes with too many other runes. Like Ulti Hunter right now is just way better. Not like way better, but it's like enough better.
For a second. So dark.
And they did get rid of some key item actives that were good, like Banner and Zeke's. Weird, like fish on fish. Well, fish on fish crime. Combination tree is not like that great for a lot of people. Damn, that was rough. My knight just came up too.
Has been slain.
Might have to just go ahead and bite the bullet and get Locket here, as much as... Not a huge fan of that item. The shield is, the magic resist is really good against their team, and the shield is really useful against Fizz. Like, just take the armor off and put something else on. Either flat health or CDR or something. Like, they make these items where they're like just too generalized. Like Zeke's has some armor, some magic resist, some CDR. Like, they need to just make it much more like specialized, I think. But they don't want like hard paper rock scissors counters either. They've said that in the past. And like champ select. But I think they could still make some slightly more specialized items to diversify build paths without creating things that are just like too hard of counters for specific champs, other than like executioners. Silas is doing really well in the jungle. I thought Silas was supposed to be trash in the jungle. Everyone was saying he's bad. Maybe this guy's just a really good Silas player. They did increase the damage on his Q a lot, but I thought that they also like made it do additional reduced damage to waves.
And evil loves me.
Item CDR, you can get, yeah, 55, I think. I don't think, if there's not a hard cap on it, which I don't think there is.
I'm way more fun now.
There probably is some kind of hard cap on it, but like Ingenious Hunter's 40%, and then Boots would be another 10, that's 50, and then Cosmic Insight would be 55. The Babaka. Well, Predator is runes. Zanya's maybe, but Predator's a rune, so that it would not reduce like rune cooldown. I mean, there was a build, like, back in the day, you used to be able to get even more than that. Like, when the runes first came out, you could get Sightstone and Ingenious Hunter at the same time. Oh, Ionians are not items. I forgot. Ionians are just summoners. Yeah, so you could get 60% CDR. And it was pretty fun. Like, you could, I would build, Redemption, Locket. That was back, I think it was season 7. Redemption, Locket, banner, and you could go like either banner command or Shurelia's. It was pretty cool. You could get redemption down to like a 30-second cooldown. The big one is like the item CDR also affects your sweeper. So I would have the sweeper on like a 20-second cooldown, so you could just constantly sweep. And then when zombie ward was actually good, when you cleared a ward and the zombie ward stayed up for like 3 minutes or something. I mean, there would be some games that have like 120 wards placed in like a 25 or 30 minute game. That was really fun because you had a lot of item actives and Predator. Yeah, no, I think you are actually right. Predator is tied to boots. But yeah, I guess yeah, because people would go Ingenious Hunter with Predator. You're right, because that would be one of the only builds anyone ever used Ingenious Hunter in, like, kind of mainstream was with Predator to get it down. The cooldown down a little bit. But that was usually on junglers, and junglers wouldn't get the Ruby Sightstone. Yeah, that was a pretty fun build. All right, well, I think that's probably a good place to go out for the night. It is kind of late here as well, but finally getting back in our groove here. I think we won like 6 in a row or something. 7 in a row. Getting back in our groove here. So like 8 in a row total, but I think, yeah, 6 for tonight. So that's what I like to see. The struggle to get back to 50%. We're not that far. It's like, the 45% looks bad, but it's really just 6 games back. Well, the RNG gods are playing makeup with me. Like, this is their makeup call. So sometimes you have really bad days. I mean, earlier this week we lost. We had a day where we lost, like, almost 6 in a row. Pretty close to 8 in a row here. We had one game to break it up. But yeah. And ace means that you did the best on your team, according to op.gg. So that's always rough when you lose, like, 8, and you were the best player on your team in 4 of them. MVP, according to their thing, means you were the best on the winning team, and ace means you were the best on the losing team, according to its metrics. Which is not always accurate, but anyways, okay, well, we'll be back tomorrow around 10 p.m. Eastern. A lot of it is situational, but I'll walk you through some different scenarios, and I'll use some examples to try to explain, you know, how to think about that.